and serious issue, and this amendment really sets down a minimum set of demands for the NUT nationally and for us as activists in associations. The amendment addresses three issues, and the conclusion it draws is that prevent is a blunt instrument that will do damage and inhibit debate in schools, and that Ofsted should be allowed nowhere near these issues. Conference, we live in a damaged and volatile world, and like us, young people are trying to make sense of it. Like us, they're trying to come to conclusions about cause, effect and solutions. And like us, they want a space to discuss it. Schools are places where that discussion on ethical and political issues should take place, in an environment of inquiry. And it may be in an environment where young people say things we don't like, or say things that concern us that we want to address with them, that we want to discuss through with them. But prevent conflates a notion of British values and an elastic notion of non-violent extremism that is shutting down that debate. We're already hearing, and I spoke to young teachers in my school recently who are saying they don't know whether to open up these discussions. They don't feel equipped. They don't know where the conversations will go, and they don't know what they're supposed to do if students raise things that concern them. We have measures to deal with safeguarding. We have child protection measures. We don't need prevent, and we don't need to involve the police as the first instance in this. We're hearing young people telling teachers that they don't want to discuss things. Young people who were offended by the Charlie Hebdo cartoons, but saying they don't want to say it in class, they don't want to say it in schools. Conference Prevent is shutting down debate, and we must oppose it, and we must say schools are places where children and teachers should be allowed to discuss these issues. Other speakers have talked about British values and the way the government present them. Just stop and think, British values. 25 years ago, it was a British value to support the apartheid state that had imprisoned Nelson Mandela. 60 years ago, it was a British value to chemically castrate Alan Turing and thousands of others like him. 100 years ago, it was a British value to imprison and force-feed the suffragettes fighting for votes for women. So we reject the government's notion of British values. We hold the values that Baljit talked about. They're NUT values, they're teachers' values, they're students' values, and we promote them every day. We don't need lectures from Cameron and Osborne. The real problem with this debate is that it starts outside the communities. It doesn't involve the communities the government wants to address. And Cameron and Osborne talk about segregation. When they went to a school segregated by class, gender, race and religion and just society. Finally, on Ofsted, Michael Wilshaw, if ever an organisation was ill-suited to deal with these issues, it's yours. An organisation that had no qualms about creating a media siege outside Birmingham schools on the day hundreds of students were going to do their GCSEs. An organisation that says teaching sex education separately to boys and girls is an example of extremism and segregation. An organisation that humiliates a school that had created safe play spaces for girls at the request of girls, that they said that was segregating them and not preparing them for life in modern society, when they have not once commented on the existence of separate boys and girls schools when they've inspected them. We have to remove Ofsted from this equation. They are not equipped to deal with it. Finally, a quick plug for Show Racism the Red Card, publication on Islamophobia. You can get that from them. You'll hear about that today. And a final quick plug for an anti-deportation petition that members of my association are collecting signatures for. Please look out for that today.
Thank you, Alex.